Woo! Roger Federer. Oh my gosh, keep doing it. Congratulations. I just saw about an hour ago that you took Cincinnati. This is your 5th title there. Very nice. And I know that, like you said, I read somewhere, it's like not like you were sitting around as a kid aspiring to win Cincinnati 5 times, with all due respect to that tournament or whatever, but it's still very nice. And just commendable for you too at this point in the season, and at this point in your career as well. Again, you're just setting so many precedents for other people to just really be able to define high athleticism in their 30s and things like that. It doesn't mean like you're turning 30 and it has to be the end of the world or anything like that. So, what you're doing is not only just great in general, but it is really good in just pushing forth consciousness, so it's really great. Gosh, I should really have thought about what I was going to say before I sat down in this video, so I think it's going to kind of be like the other one the other day. But anyway, so yeah, gosh, 6-0-7-6, very, very good work, again, at this time of the season, in a final, on hardcourt, just having transitioned barely over from grass. I mean, Roger, what a great job you're doing. So proud of you as a fan. Oh my gosh, go Roger, go Roger, go Roger, go Roger, go Roger. All right. So you tied Rafa for 21, what is it, 21, the most Masters titles with 21, so you're tied with that, and most likely, if you keep playing the way you've been playing, and you'll surpass that as well, so that's terrific. And so Djokovic actually took Toronto or whatever, but today he was like in the finals, and I didn't get to see the match, unfortunately, but he was saying that he was trying to get things started very early on and try to take the first game. That's what I understood his quote to be. So what I wanted to say to you is he's obviously feeling the pressure. So that's a really good sign that you're doing a good job, and you just need to keep digging your heels in when playing Djokovic and when playing a lot of these guys. Even Murray and any of these other guys, just keep digging your heels in, because they know that you are extremely talented. And it's funny because even though a lot of these guys have a lot of power, and even more power in as far as consistent wise or whatever, that you can actually surpass these guys. That it's no easy feat or by any means at all getting past the Roger Federer. So you just keep digging your heels in, and you will stay exactly where you need to stay at number 1 in the world. And we love it as your fans. You know that. I always say that. We love it. Oh my God, we love it, Roger. So that's really good. So I'm just wondering, like, when the draw is going to come out for the U.S. Open. Normally, I'm never hawking the draws for the Grand Slams or anything like that, but I'm particularly interested in this one this time around. It's gonna be very interesting, and I really look forward. I feel you had an amazingly strong chance to do really well in last year's tournament, and I think you have obviously even stronger chances because just where you've been in your mental game, just in your focus and your confidence and your resolve. I have to commend you. It's like, let me just jump off the track for a second and just go, I think I was even sitting here, like, back in, like in May, we were talking about, after the end of Roland Garros, like, where you wanted to be at Wimbledon, like, how did you want to approach that tournament? And I'm so proud that you just turned it around from your approach at Roland Garros. Like, look at that. Like, just take a moment, maybe, if this is something that even, like, works for you. Like, look at that. Like, at Roland Garros, like, what kind of chances you were giving yourself, and it's not to, like, dredge up the past or anything, but I find it amazing, like, as a fan now, just to look back, it's just a couple of months ago, and you've made a complete about face and change as far as your attitude toward game, as far as your focus, your attitude toward focusing point to point, you know. So I just want to commend you, you know, once again. So proud of you as a fan, Roger, you know. Kudos. And, yeah. So for Roland Garros, you know, you were, you know, like, not really sure about your game. Remember, you were preparing to go against Djokovic in the semifinals at Roland Garros, and remember that, like, oh, I hope, you know, I raised my level of my game up to his, you know, and like, look at what happened when you just applied yourself mentally at Wimbledon, you know what I mean? You saw, for me personally, I believe you saw that there's nothing that you really, as far as talent-wise, you really needed to raise your game to, you know. Of course, there'll be tweaks, little tweaks here and there and stuff like that, but for the most part, you know, it was such an excellent match against Djokovic at Wimbledon, you know, and, you know, just based on your scores today, what I saw today, I mean, excellent match once again, you know. I know he made, like, some double faults and things like that, but getting back to that really quickly, again, he was trying to make things happen at the very first point. So you're in his head, Roger Federer. Congratulations. Just keep staying hard, you know, and you know, love Joker too. Love Joker. It's gonna be fun. That's another thing, really quickly. I know, like, went off track. I was like going to be talking about the U.S. Open and the draw in the U.S. Open and seeing, like, who's gonna be in your side of the draw. That's gonna be really interesting. But I think this is, like, a really awesome chance to just continue on with your, I don't even want to say second win, because you've been second wind. I don't even want to say, like, second win, like, use that terminology, because you've just been really rolling strong through the entire season so far. And even the amount of videos that I've been making for you that have started this year in 2012 in March after Indian Wells, you know. So, you know, I'm really proud about how strong you're going, and, like, it's really amazing, like, how much athleticism and you know, just how much it really takes, you know, not only just physically but mentally, you know, just going on and on and on and on with all of this entire tennis season. So I'm just here, like, at the end of, you know, the later stages of August, and I'm just thinking, you go, Roger Federer. Seriously, I'm looking at you in, like, a new way, because I feel like, you know, I've just probably taken, like, a little bit more of a micro participation or a micro step in, you know, just being more present toward what a season is like for you, and making these videos, like, every couple of days, every other week, whatever, you know, that type of thing. So I just look at that whole process, and there's, like, 50 videos I have now. I was, what? I love talking to you, man. What can I say? I never make videos for anybody else. So weird. But anyway, I mean, I probably will make videos for some other people, maybe here and there. I don't know. Who knows? It'll never be like this, though. I know that much. Something very unique about the way you play tennis, the way I like to analyze skills, the way I admire you, and just whatever it is, a perfect storm that creates all these videos. So whatever. But I'm proud of you, I have to say. You know, this is shaping up to be a really good season for you, in my opinion. This is what? Is this your 5th title? Like, not your 5th title, but your 5th, is it Masters title? Yeah, it was like Rotterdam, Dubai, Indian Wells, Madrid, and Cincy now. And then, of course, Wimbledon. Haha, it's the best one of all, the cherry on top, Wimbledon. So, and then the silver medal, you know, I mean, come on, what about it? This is a freaking awesome year for you. So, you know, I know you have a great chance to take the U.S. Open, and I know maybe it's a little early to talk about that, but I'm looking forward to you, like, really doing that. Just really digging in and doing what you do best, which is hold up the cup, win it. Anyway, yeah, yeah, I'm actually going to try to make it to the U.S. Open. You know, I want to see you play live, and I'm just like, I put it off for one reason or another, because of work or whatever, I don't know what. And really, I think I kind of let it slip away a bit, the U.S. Open, because I think my dream more so is just to be at Wimbledon. Like, that's my tournament. Even though I love the Australian Open too a lot. I like the Australian Open a lot, and I like Roland Garros. But Wimbledon is like my thing. Wimbledon is just the tournament. Yeah, and I definitely one day, you gotta have another couple of wins at Wimbledon, not to like put pressure on you, but oh my God, I want to be there. I want to see you win live at Wimbledon. That's like my dream. Like, that's on my life list, not bucket list, life list. See Roger Federer win at Wimbledon. I should have made it happen this year, damn it. I really should have made it happen this year, but whatever. So anyway, getting back to the US Open, yeah, I mean, I'm in New York City, so I'm gonna shoot out there, shoot out to Queens. It is such a pain to like get out there with the parking and this and that and the stupid tolls on the Triborough Bridge, but and George Washington Bridge, like if you're coming from Jersey, it's like $12 and then plus another $6, so it's $18 in tolls just to get over there. But anyway, I'm not going to be coming from Jersey. I'll be coming from New York, so it's all good. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I want to try to see if I can get to one of your practice sessions, and one or two, maybe a couple, if things are working right, if my work schedule works out. I'd love to just do that, because I haven't done that at all, ever. I've been in the U.S. Open years ago. My father, it took me, I think it was Andy Roddick was 17 years old at the time. He was just coming out, and I got to see, I think it was Jennifer Capriati, Andy Roddick, and another girl, I can't remember who else, but we got to see 2 or 3 different matches, and that was really nice. It was nice to see how fast that ball travels in real time. It's awesome, and we had good seats, so that was really cool too. So I really want to go ahead and just really, I want to check out the practice matches. A neighbor of mine said, if you go on Saturday or something like that, it's free. So that's cool, too. I'll try to swing out there Saturday and see one. And then I definitely want to see if I can get to one of the night matches. I want to try to purchase, we'll see, if I treat myself, and I have the nerves to try to treat myself when I'm trying to be on a budget right now. But I think, depending on what the prices are, I will, this is just something I just want to do for myself. I want to treat myself and see one of your matches, oh my gosh, I'm so freaking excited, talking about it, and, maybe miraculously, if it isn't too much money, if it isn't, over $300 or something like that, or maybe I'm out of the running already, just throwing out $300. Maybe $300 is not even enough to get in there, in, a semifinal or something like that. So, I'd love to see you in the higher stages. I could see any match of yours, actually, but I think I'd just love to see in the higher stages, a live match. So I'm looking forward to that. So if I do see you, I have to tell you, though, I probably will not say anything, but probably, wave. So if you have been watching my videos, which I have an inkling, and you want to say hello, definitely feel free to say hello. And, let me think about this. If I make it to one of your matches and I need to root for you, let me see. Let me come up with a good code word so you know it's like me. I'm going to scream out, Roger Federer! But I promise I won't be, I'm not an insane fan. I'm not a groupie. I'm not one of those people or anything like that. I'm just really a normal person. I like to ham it up at times and stuff like that, but I promise you I'm really normal, so I'm not the type of person to be jumping out of the bushes, Roger Federer, that type of thing. So I just want to say the fact that I'm saying all of this, I'm gonna come to your match in a video, I just, I don't want you to feel ooh, let me have security tied around me, because you never know with people. Let me beef up security. This overall girl chick who makes videos for me. Anyway, okay, so I'm cracking myself up, but I'm looking forward to that. That's a lot of fun. And I was at the I like randomly went to the U.S. Open last year, and I was gonna get in to play a match of yours, but I just honestly, Roger, like I got there late. Your match was you were already playing. You know what I mean? And the cost of the tickets were like ridiculous. And then just to get into the stadium area to walk around was $60, which really, I mean, that's not a lot of money or anything like that. But I was just kind of like, oh, after spending $18 in tolls, like I had come from Jersey last year to get there. I was just spending $18 in tolls and all of this. I was like, oh, forget it. I'll try to come back on Saturday where I could just get to the match on time or whatever. Oh, as a matter of fact, I think the tickets were sold out. That's what it was. So I was at the ticket box or whatever. I'm pretty sure that was what the issue was. So, strangely enough, just so you know, like I ended up kind of on my way back to the car because I had parked in some random area of Queens rather than, actually it turned out to be a really great place to park or whatever, but still, like, I had to walk, like, I don't know, a mile to get there, like 3/4 of a mile, 1,200 meters, so, yeah, but that was okay, whatever. I ended up on my way back just passing by the, I think it's the players' entrance or whatever, and I had to say, like, the NYPD who was, like, guarding the area, like, for the first time, like, NYPD there, they were so freaking awesome. Somebody gave me a U.S. Open ball. I think I mentioned this in another one of my videos, like, and they were just so nice. And, of course, I had a Roger Federer hat on. So, more than one of the cops there, and I think I also mentioned this in one of the former videos as well, were like, oh, Roger Federer, yeah, he's just so nice, so gracious, every time he comes in here, he's really very nice. Like, that was, I didn't even ask for any of that information, so that is so nice to hear, like, as a fan, that, someone's just really gracious and polite, and, yeah, it's really, really nice, because that's also, like, another nightmare, knowing that have you ever in your life, like, admired someone's work and really just kind of had them as kind of like, the quote-unquote friend in your head? I'm not talking about being a crazy groupie. I'm just talking about genuinely admiring someone, and, like, if you were to know them, you probably would think, oh, I would like them and they would be a really good friend of mine or something like that. So have you ever, like, met somebody like that, like, admired someone and then met them in person and then they are, like, just so rude and disgusting, like, it just messes up, it just, like, messes you up for a minute, like, oh, man, I, like, really admire this person. I wish I never even met this person, because now, I mean, the enjoyment of enjoying their talent, whether it's on screen or something or whatever it is in whatever form it is, it's like now just tainted, so I have to say, getting back to you, that was just really nice to hear that, actually, truthfully, I've always heard you're a nice person, but it was really nice to hear that, like, face to face, it's more than one person saying, he's so nice, he's great. Yeah, and while I was standing there, Andy Roddick rolled up, and I got to see Vika too. That was cool. I didn't approach anybody or anything like that. It's just really not my thing. I might wave, but that's about it. So if I do see you, I'm gonna just wave or whatever. And if you do know me and my videos, just know you definitely can approach me, because I'll feel really funny approaching you and Mirka and the kids. So just know if you do see me. Anyway, oh my gosh, so yeah, so that was a lot of casual talk, but I'm really proud of what you're doing. I think I'm looking forward to you, like, really digging in and taking the U.S. Open. I feel like you're pretty much playing, like, pretty much in top form. I can't, and I'm sure there's little things that you could tweak and stuff like that, and I'm sure there'll probably be, like, extra strategies and stuff like that you might want to have in place for, the usual suspects, the Tsonga, the Murray, if you end up meeting him, because I think he's typically on the other side of the draw. Or wait, oh no, now you're number one in the world, so he's on your side of the draw, right? Oh no, I'm confused. I'm kind of confused, and I can't think to sort that out right now. But no, maybe Tsonga's typically on your side of the draw now. I don't know, whatever. So yeah, you're gonna be putting together like little extra, strategies or whatever. And this is like the final turn toward the final stretch of the season. So this is great. I mean, I wonder, personally, like, what does this mean for you? Like, what's your approach for the rest of the season? Maybe you're not even feeling like you want to look out that far or whatever, but it's interesting. Oh, good. I'm only talking 19 minutes. What? So, yeah, so it'll be interesting. But I definitely think this is a great time. No one can take away how well you're playing. No one, not even with Rafa's situation, can say that you're not playing the top players or whatever. And I'm really sorry to bring that into this video, like keep talking about Rafa. I'm beginning to think it's like my own personal issue. It doesn't even have anything to do with you now, because I just read what a lot of fans, Rafa fans and other people say and stuff like that, and I think I'm a little bit jaded about it. So, yeah, it doesn't even have anything. I think it's starting to become my own personal thing now. It's not even you. So, yeah, but... like you're just playing in top form. You're beating the best player. You earn the #1 title in the world, with your own 2 hands, just rolling up your sleeves and getting in there, and yeah. What do they say? Oh my gosh, in Swiss French, this is like the only word I know in Swiss French. I can't say Swiss French. What is it? Is it called pizza? Or whatever. In America, especially in Black America, well, I can't even say but I can only speak for the Black American people that I know or whatever. And like growing up, when you were cleaning and stuff like that, your mother would always say, clean it harder. You gotta do, you gotta like put some elbow grease into it. That's what they would say. So I think it's like I don't know, it's just a little saying or whatever. And that's what pizza kind of reminds me. It's like, you just really get in there. You really put your elbow strength into it. You put your arm strength, and you really put your strength into whatever you're doing. So I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly anymore. But I had this French roommate. Oh, actually, no, she was Algerian years ago. But, she was raised in France. And she had come to New York or whatever, and so she was the one who introduced me to that word. So I always kind of remembered it years later. But just put some pizza into it, and I don't know if I'm like pronouncing it. Oh gosh, I'm like spitting. Sorry. I don't know if I'm like even pronouncing it correctly, but yeah. So just do that, and I'm sure you'll be taking home another U.S. Open title. I know I try to just make it, to fit all of that work into one sentence. Might not sound fair, but hey, Roger Federer, greatest of all time, GOAT. What can I say? Put in my order, Roger Federer will take care of it. So anyway, I'm just kidding, sort of. I'm just BSing right now. I kind of don't want to let the camera go because there's like a couple of other things I think I want to say. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So, what, Roger? You took the first set against Djokovic in 20 minutes? Man, that was so hot. I love it. And then, yeah, you only allowed Djokovic to get 10 points, which is really awesome. And I think he ended up losing those same 10 points through a whole bunch of double faults and stuff like that. Yeah, and then also this article says, it's interesting, this article says that it's... first time in your 28 career matches that either one of you had a bagel or a donut, whatever you want to call it, 6-0 score, like Djokovic had a 0 score. Yeah. So my thing is, like he'll be looking to like pull himself together. I think he's a little bit, I didn't see him play today and stuff like that, but I still feel like to a certain extent somehow he's like, maybe just a little bit mentally off kilter or something like that. I don't know what to say about that. And it probably started back at Roland Garros or maybe even Rome, maybe even earlier than that, who knows. But, I think he's still a little bit on his heels, so to speak, and probably trying to just do like this with his head, like just get it back together, Although I'm sure he was playing really well. And this article, which is by John Wertheim, is pretty awesome. It's just saying how much on it you were and how really well you did, you know, and like you just really took this match. That's a real impression that I get from this this article. So it's really awesome. And then it says in the last paragraph, Djokovic survived one match point, got 1 point away from taking the tiebreaker. Federer ran off with the last 3 points. Yes, that's what I love. Run off with the points. That's what I'm saying. Convert whatever you need to do. Like, get out of those tiebreakers, you know, lock them down, dominate them, take total dominion over them. And I love it that this says you ran off with the last 3 points, closing it out with a forehand. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Roger Federer. Closing it out. So good job for you. Yeah, I forgot there's some other stuff I wanted to say, but I'm just pretty much rambling right now. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited about the U.S. Open, though. I'm definitely going to try to make it out there at least once. At least once. And I definitely think I want to make it to a practice session. That'll be fun because I've never been to one. So that'll be fun. But I look forward to it. And just good luck and stuff. And what else did I want to say for the rest of this season? I don't know. But anyway, there are a couple of things in my other video the other day, too, with, where am I? 25 minutes. Wow, I can't believe I'm not, like, at 40 minutes. It feels like I've been talking for 40 minutes. There's a couple of things, like, in my last video, too, I felt like I didn't explain one of the conclusions that I came to about Rafa and his injury or whatever, and even though I went over and over again with my points, but there was something where I was just kind of assuming that his attitude is like passive-aggressive, and I do think it's a passive-aggressive move for all of those reasons I said in the video. He could have an injury, but it's just the way it was presented, etc., etc. I explained it all in my last video, but there was something that I was saying, like, it's a passive-aggressive move, like, oh, well, you guys think you're going to change the clay and at Madrid, and I'm going to have to play on it, it's going to be all right. Like, I kind of felt like I like to back up my points with some sort of grounding or some sort of, have some grounds for the point, and I feel like I didn't really, so it kind of seemed like a little story that I was just making up on my own. Of course, I don't know for sure his reasoning behind all of this, but I do think some of it is at least that's what I felt from what I've known from the other day. I just feel like some of it is a little bit of a passive-aggressive move, but I don't know if it's because of the clay being changed and let me show you guys how it is without me. Like, I don't know that for sure, so I wanted to be fair for Rafa. So when I heard that in the video and I realized that for whatever reason I didn't back it up with why I felt the way that I did, I just kind of want to correct that a little bit. I mean, I feel like it's a possibility. I definitely feel like it's a possibility, and it's interesting, again, to complain about the length of the season, but then start constructing an exhibition match with Joker, and I totally get, like, make your money, make your living. The exhibition matches bring in money, but at the same time, it's kind of like, Rafa, do you really need all this money? You have, but I don't want to speak for anybody's finances or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, if you're complaining about the length of the season in one breath, and then, like, a week later, you're, like, making plans to fit in an additional exhibition match, how do you expect me to take you seriously, with the data that you're giving me? What do you expect me to do, So, that was, like, one thing, and, so I read, already these people, some of these sports writers are like, oh, Rafa's probably not going to come back into the Australian Open 2013, if he's not playing the Open, it's really not worth it playing anything else, or whatever. Like, really? I really doubt that man will stay away from tennis that long, I guess he's pretty safe. I looked at the rankings the other day. I think he's pretty safe to a certain extent. I think he's still at 1,000 points ahead of Murray, so he has a little bit of time, right? Unless Murray does something amazing and you essentially that word ain't even associated with Murray. Now let me stop. I'm just kidding. It's still Murray bashing from that thing at Wimbledon. Still kind of hate him a little bit, I suppose. I'm glad. I'm actually glad he finally won the gold medal. For God's sake, you know what I mean? I really want to say something lewd and disgusting term to describe how long this sensation of just the British people really just needing someone to, grasp. I don't want to speak for all British people, but I'm just saying, like, the impression that you just get year after year with all of this history, and we need Murray to do this, and we need Murray to do this, like, this is such an important thing, like, for their pride, for Murray to just win something, and now that he's won, we can feel like a people, feel like something again. I don't know. Okay. All due respect to the British fans. I'm happy, actually, that he won. But I have to say, damn it, I saw a picture of you shaking hands with Del Potro on the medal stand or whatever, and Andy Murray looking freaking miserable in the background. Now, that could have just been one picture or whatever, but, it's just me. It's like, all right, you know what? That's another thing that's a pet peeve of mine. People who just are always pulling the damn frown face no matter what. Like, for me, that's just sort of, in a way, a little bit manipulative, too, And, I don't know Andy Murray. I don't know. Maybe he's been through some extremely... I mean, I know he's had a hard, rough childhood to a certain extent. I can't remember what has happened with him. I know he's had a rough childhood, so I want to give him a little latitude there. But, it's kind of like at the same time, it's just kind of like, we get it, okay? Could you just crack a smile sometimes? And when you do smile, don't let it look like it hurts. Please already. Enough with the drama, you know what I mean? And it's not to diminish what you've been through, but you once won a gold medal. Why don't you just look a little happy? So maybe he didn't. It was just a picture that I saw. So, and maybe some of this is my own issue, so whatever. Anyway, so Roger, I'm just going to shut this video off because I'm just rambling on now. It doesn't really make much sense, but love talking. Look forward to actually seeing you live. It's going to be the first time. It's going to be so awesome. So look forward to that. And, what was that code word I said I was going to use? I had to use something really distinct. Okay. So, do you know the movie The Shining with Jack Nicholson, American actor Jack Nicholson, and I think it's Shelley Long or Shelley Winters. I always mix the two names up. So Jack Nicholson in this movie, he has a son. They're watching their groundskeepers. The married couples they're groundskeepers or property keepers. I forget what you call it. And they are managing this property like in Colorado or something like that. And it's over the winter. They're wintering in while the snow is just really, really heavy and there's no tourism there. And so they take care of the property during that time. And in the midst of this, like, Jack Nicholson ends up, like, getting possessed and crazy and becoming, like, this murderer or whatever. And his son, at the same time, is very, like, psychic. And so his son starts picking up all these different spirits and all this negative energy, like, in the hotel room. He sounds, like, so weird. But, there's one point in the movie where he's like, red rum. He's the little boy, he just kept saying, red rum. And the mother's like already nervous because the husband, Jack Nicholson, is just starting to act really, really funny. And they're in that big hotel alone and they have no way to get back to society because they're all snowed in. So the son's just saying, red rum. And then he's writing it on a mirror or on the wall or something like that, and the mother notices in the mirror that red rum spelled backwards is murder. So she just starts freaking out. But I don't know why I told you this whole freaking story, but I think if I'm in the stands and I'm yelling, Roger Federer, red rum, meaning kick ass, you'll know it's me. How about that? How's a good code, right? Red rum. Roger Federer, red rum. People are going to be like, what the hell? Oh my God, I cracked myself up. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm going to end this video. Take care. Listen, congratulations. I look forward to seeing you play live, you know, like next week and over the next couple of weeks at the U.S. Open. And look forward to seeing your practice session and seeing Paul Anacone and the whole Federer team. And I hope Mirka's there too. Bye, you guys. Bye, Roger. Good luck with everything and congratulations again.